welcome or welcome back to this channel. This is Business Like with Tonii, and I want to just jump straight into the video today because I don't have much time, unfortunately. But I wanted to touch on the subject of people are like, how do I get caregivers? And I know this is so hard. I think I told you guys before, that this was a struggle for me. So one of the things that I have assessed since I last talked to you all is kind of reworking how we get our caregivers, right? So when we are creating our job description, what are we putting on there? Is it too overwhelming? Is it too much to follow? Are the words too difficult? Are they needing to use a dictionary to look up what something means? Maybe we just be brief, concise, and straight to the point. Another thing I say is, it might help if they know how to use a Hoyer lift, but how about we don't even put that on there? How about we just make one of that, make that one of the interview questions rather than saying must know how to work a Hoyer lift or having experience with a Hoyer lift is a plus. Like, let's just not even put that on there. And then make notation to, if we need somebody that can work a Hoyer lift or any other device, let's ask in the interview. Let's ask during orientation, because nine times out of 10, if that's what you need, they're going to have to be trained on it. They're going to have to be some type of comprehensive test for that. Another thing I would say is maybe they don't fill out an application. Maybe they show their interest and you set up a time to meet and they fill the application out during the interview process. So what you want to do is eliminate the hoops that they have to jump through. Some people just find it too overwhelming, and with jobs like this, they're applying and applying and applying because in home care, it's a staffing agency. You want to have multiple ones because one might need you today and they might not need you tomorrow. It's as needed work. In this industry, we can't say who's going to need help today, who's not going to need help tomorrow. And that's one of the things that I try to get the caregivers to understand, that the clients are the ones who choose the schedule. So I can't tell you, whether I have somebody available or not for you. A lot of people are like, before I even apply, do you have people that are available? I don't know, because I haven't interviewed you. I don't know what your qualifications are. I don't know if you're a certified nurse assistant and you can handle this type of client. I don't know your history. I don't know your experience. You may need to undergo training. You may need to do, I don't know, because I don't know you yet. You know what I mean? So it's hard to answer that question. So I would probably not answer that question and just get them to understand that, based on your education, based on your experience, I would have to, get to know you as a caregiver. That way I can put you up against the people that I do have available. If you don't have people available, same thing. I would have to get to know you and your background history, because once I know who you are, I can pair you with a client. So just getting them to understand that. But I will say, trying to eliminate the hoops that they have to jump through is going to be very helpful. They're applying for many positions, and it gets tiring. Just imagine, I used to be a caregiver, and a lot of it is repetitive. You're filling out 3-page, 4-page applications. You're constantly putting your last employer, then you have to put your work history, then you have to have a resume which has the same exact information on it. So it's very repetitive, not only for that one application, but then you're doing 2-3 other applications at the same time. So I would say that once they get to know you and they're talking to you and they're interviewing with you, you don't have much to require up front. They just need to come meet with you, and then chances are while they're there with you, they'll be like, oh yeah, let me fill out the application. And there you go. And then you can talk to them and see, do you happen to have a CPR certification? Do you happen to have a TB testing already? Do you happen to have your fingerprinting done? Are you in the worker registry? You can ask these questions. And for me, that's very helpful, because as I'm emailing or texting or calling, they're not responding. They're not answering the phone. They want to get back to me. I'm really being sent off. So, when you're face to face and they don't have to do anything except show up, and then you do everything while you're there, it's a good opportunity to be face to face and really talk to them and really figure out what's going on and how you can help them. If they don't have a CPR certification and they don't want to pay for it, like I said in the previous video, I have resources in the community that has no problem helping the potential employee to get their certification, to get their TB test, to get their physical if they can't afford it, or if they just don't want to pay for it. They do have to fit specific qualifications, which if they're looking for a job, they probably do. So that's another thing. Get out of your community, build a list of resources, get to know people when you go places. I mentioned before when I went to the bank, and I was in a meeting yesterday and somebody said the same exact thing. I'm like, okay, great minds think alike. But I was in a bank setting and I was handling some business. They were taking too long. I was cool because I'm just gonna look around and see what other resources I can observe. So I did that, and I came across a bunch of business stuff. And the bank teller, very nice and very helpful, answered all my questions, let me know that I can continue to reach out to her if I had questions about anything, if I wanted to move forward with anything. And that is the person you want to take their information. Even if you don't have a question about something, get familiar with them, build a relationship. Hey, how are you? This is Tonii. I was in yesterday. We spoke about the business bank account. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to know, do you have to have any money to, in the account to start out? Or, if I were to get that card, do I have to have a direct deposit? Or, just ask a couple questions, anything to get familiar with them. Come in a few times, speak to them, make sure you say hi. Sometimes bring in gifts or, just showing appreciation and building a relationship, whatever that looks like to you. Make it natural so that you're comfortable with it. But definitely once you start having things go on, maybe you can have accounts for your caregivers. Maybe you could do your payroll through there. Maybe they have incentives for caregivers once you start your payroll with them. And my bank was a credit union, so therefore the people, so they definitely have lots of incentives, low price points on a lot of their things. Some of their things were free. I mentioned that before as well. So just being in the community, building a resource, connections with people is definitely going to help you, because then once you start to see what's out there, you can then get more information, have that resource, and then when caregivers reach out and they need assistance with something, you have a list of resources. If they say they need assistance with their car, in my city, there's people that's going to help them fix their car, and I have their resources. I have 3 or 4 resources that will help them fix their car. So they're having trouble getting to work. That's a win-win-win. That organization has money that they need to get rid of. They want to help people. It feels good to them to help people. My caregiver can get back to work and provide for her family. My people are not hanging, and now I have to go out and work because they were able to fix their car. So now the clients are well off, the caregiver's back at work, the organization that helped pay for the car has their write-off, they gave money to people who needed. Everybody wins in that situation. So that's what I'm going to recommend. Check out things like 401ks, Roth IRAs, high yield savings accounts. SoFi is a really good resource. Not only that, but if you have like a code, you can benefit too. So it's a really good online bank. I absolutely love SoFi. Look, I can't be throwing names out because I'm not getting paid to throw their name around, but it's the truth, okay? They have a high yield savings account, fire. But things like that people don't know about. I didn't know about none of this stuff until I turned 30. I'm 33, like 30, 29, somewhere around there. So that would definitely be a benefit. Like I said before, anything that you don't have to do, that you just choose to do, or you think it's a good idea to share with them, it's a benefit. So list it as a benefit. As much as you can think about, list it as a benefit. Trying to think what else I would say. Yeah, like health insurance. If you know of a really good health insurance policy, if you know of one that's online and it's like $5-10 a month, but they can do like an online Zoom type of thing, and maybe they can get their prescription sent straight to their pharmacy. Something like that is really good, really good. Because usually the visits are like $60. So if you could pay like $10 a month and you could see somebody via Zoom or something like that, and get your prescription sent out and just pick up the medication, like that's so much help. But just look for different things. Like I always say, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and just have as many resources as you can. And then they'll see, like, you know, for one, this person really cares. You know, they build resources for me. You'll have reviews that are like, I don't know where I would be without this person because XYZ. You know, this person has helped me through XYZ. But that's basically what I think. Just do things that are outside of the norm. You don't have to be traditional, like fill out, you know, back in the day, fill out the application, you come in for an interview. You can do things your way. So just look for different ways that take a little bit of a burden off of them, take a little bit of stress off of them, and maybe do group interviews to save yourself time. So if somebody doesn't show up, you don't waste your time. If somebody don't show up and you do a group interview, you just keep it moving. If it's only you and 2 people, keep it moving. You know, if it was supposed to be 10 people and 5 people showed up, you ain't waste your time because you still got 5 people to interview. You know what I'm saying? So just look at different ways that you can do things, and it's your agency, so there's no wrong way. But that is about all the time I have today. If I have anything else, I'll put it in the Facebook group and attach it to this video. And the Facebook group will be listed in the description below. And also you can find the Service Planner Pro. It's on Amazon, but that link is going to be in the description box as well. That's pretty much it. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Please consider doing so. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video.